Well, howdy doody, partners. Partners. Now that just sounds gay as can be. How you doing, you stupid little scum suckers? The ones that look for me to live your life for you because you can't get away from tear yourself away from the computer. And I don't even know how to talk, do I? That's what happens when you have a heart attack. You lose your speech communication and all this and that, and you're just all flubbered and you don't know what to say. Well, this is Saturday, so I've actually been out of the hospital now. Let's see, I got off on a Thursday night a week ago. So Friday, Saturday, this is day number 9 since I've been out of released from the hospital. But it's the first day that we decided to get on the bikes. Now, last weekend Keith was around, but I was limited to the amount that I could lift. I was only allowed up to 10 pounds of lifting, dragging, scooting, whatever. They said no more than 10 pounds. And that's because of where they cut in your groin area to go into the artery down there to put balloons and stents into the heart. Well, they cut that off, actually just shove a hole right in, stick a catheter in there, and the catheter is, just a one-way valve, so, your blood don't come gushing out of you. Then they can work their little wire up in there and put the balloon in, blow it up, put the stents in and all that stuff, or stent balloon, however, I don't know. I think it's the stent first, then the balloon in between it. Then the balloon blows up the stent, I believe. Then they take the air out of the balloon, pull it back out. Well, they put 3 of them in one artery. They said it was 75% clogged. And I didn't go last weekend riding, which was nice enough weather, and really I wanted to, but because if I can't lift 10 pounds without rupturing myself on that, on that vein that they got into, picking the bike up would be over 10 pounds of pressure on my legs and hips and all this and that. And I really don't want to bleed out in 3 minutes and die, so I thought, nope, not going to pick up anything. But I'm cleared now. I'm allowed to pick up over 10 pounds and back to normal. Of course, I'm still off for a few more days. But they said the 16th I could return to school, sports, work, etc. So that'll be nice. I went into Lowe's on the Friday after I was released because I had to go in for orientation. And they said if I'm still interested in the job, once I'm cleared, to come on back. So I'm hoping that they don't drag their feet. I'm hoping that I go back. They're willing to, the next day, do my orientation or whatever and get me to work. Because, let's see, my last check I got was on April 29th. And my money's down to zilch. So I definitely definitely need a job to build that checking account back up so I can pay bills. And I definitely need that job to get the heck out of the house because it's driving me nuts. Oh, by the way, that blood vein vessel, whatever you want to call it, that they jab into and put the catheter in to run your wires and all that stuff in. The reason I kind of really done what he says, you know, it's like I said, if that thing comes loose, then you got to put pressure on yourself really quick if you feel you're bleeding or whatever, and it could be internally. But you have to keep pressure on it so you don't bleed out in less than 3 minutes. The thing is, if you've seen how they fixed the hole where they had the catheter shoved up in there, it wasn't exactly a pleasant ordeal, and to this day it scares me to death. I'm serious, it scares me to death. They took a big C-clamp that the one end fastens to the bottom of the bed, and the other end they kind of adjust it and get it fairly close to where they think it's going to put good pressure on you. And once they do that, they well, it takes 2 nurses, but one to say, okay, are you ready, while the other one has her finger over top where she believes that vein it should be, and that way she can also feel the catheter coming out. That way she knows she's in the right position, and holding that clamp ready to wham, clamp that sucker down. And the other one grabs it and she says, you ready? And the other one says, go for it. I mean, she pulls that decatheter out of that blood vessel, or vein, I'm not sure the right terminology, but it's a big one. But as soon as she pulls it out, I mean, it has its few little moments of squirting right now before that clamp has a chance to even come down and tighten up. When I seen that, and, you know, they said, well, you know, you got to be careful, this thing comes loose. You got 3 minutes, you'll bleed out. It's like, yeah, really, I seen that. But anyway, they put that big old C-clamp on you and clamp her down. Then they all just stand there waiting for a half hour. That's how long that C-clamp has to be pressed down and everything. They're waiting for your blood to congeal. And, you know, actually, just that's what plugs you up. It's nothing more than a scab. And they done it the one time. And she said, okay, as time's up, let's take it off. Well, when she took it off, it squirted in the air. And she goes, holy crap, throw it back down. So as she's putting it down, she gave another little, you know, half twist, full twist, whatever on the thing, make sure it got a little tighter this time. And buddy, when it came down the second time, I think it might have been because I was sore from the thing putting pressure on me for a half hour the first time. But the second time, from the moment it clamped down till the time they undone it, I mean, I was in pain. That's just not too cool to have a C-clamp pressed on you for a half hour length of time. But no, I wanted to do exactly as they said, you know, for lifting weight and all this and that, because that weight stuff was because of the C-clamp and the clot that's supposed to keep the blood in. And I thought, I ain't going to screw with this. They say 10 pounds, I ain't even going to pick up nothing. So I just kind of laid around the house and took it easy and thought, I ain't lifting a thing. I ain't doing nothing. There's no way I'm going to loosen that stupid little blood clot and have that thing drain me out. Which, you know, the whole time I'm thinking, you idiots, stitch me up, do something. If that thing could leak or go off, I could die. But it's been 9 days now. So far, it hadn't leaked or let loose, but that's still what it is. I don't know how long it'll take for it to actually heal itself over, where it'll be vessel to vessel, not a scab or a blood clot over holding it shut. It's still very scary. But other than that, I'm fine, you know. Okay, we're out here for a ride. That's going to be a long one. So, whether I say something or not, I don't know. Depends if I can think of something worth saying. So, I guess that's one blog. And maybe later on I'll start a second blog. I don't know. So, y'all have a great time, and I will. And see you later. Bye.